Well, hello everybody. It is Ben back again after what's been a bit of a cushy little break for me. I've been gone a while. It's been over maybe a month and a half now at this point. It's been a nice little break. I've gotten done college, gotten done the semester, back home now. Been working for a little while. And I just wanted to make this video because, of course, last night we had the end of the Stanley Cup Finals with the Pittsburgh Penguins winning their second cup in 2 years. First back-to-back team since 97-98. And then also because the expansion draft is coming real soon, the 18th is the day that all the teams around the NHL have to submit their protection lists. And that's only a week away, so I thought I'd do a bit of a video on that. And then also talk about the moves that the Habs have made, although there have not been many, so far in the offseason. Starting with the Cup Finals, like I said, again, congrats to Pittsburgh. Back-to-back cups is something crazy to think about in the Cap era, and they managed to do it. I mean, it helps when you have a Sidney Crosby and an Evgeny Malkin and a Phil Kessel, and I can keep going on and on. But what a team. Another great win for them. I was really pulling for Nashville in that series. I was hoping they could get there first. But, oh well. Well, you can't always get what you want. I've gotten used to that being a millennial Canadiens fan, because all the baby boomers stole all the cups from us. Getting right into it, I have all my thoughts written down about the expansion draft right here and the moves I think they're going to make. So let's get right down to it. Obviously, I think the Habs are going to go with the 7-3-1 option of protecting 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, 1 goalie. I don't think they're going to do the 8 skater thing because there's not enough good defensemen on the Canadiens team anymore to warrant protecting more than 3 defensemen. So I think they're going to be going with a 7-3-1. I think the forwards are going to be Pacioretty and Gallagher are 2 of the more obvious ones. Pacioretty because, well, duh, he's good for 30-plus goals a year, and he has a $4.5 million cap hit for the next, for 2 more years. And that is only $600,000 more than you're paying Andrew Shaw. So yeah, that's a pretty great goddamn deal. So Pacioretty's an obvious choice. Gallagher had a bad year, but I don't imagine he's going to repeat that. And again, his contract, $3.75 million for 4 more years, is just a ludicrously good contract. He's another one where you can't really complain about that at all. So those are my first 2 choices, the more obvious ones. Now for my 5 other forwards that they're going to protect. Number 1, Paul Byron, a guy that I gushed about all season. He had a breakout year, 22 goals, 21 assists for 43 points. And he still has 2 more years left on his deal at $1.16 million every year, which is just so... Again, another great deal. There are some bad contracts on this team, but there are also some really good ones. The next forward I would protect would be Artturi Lehkonen, who rookie campaign had a great breakout year. Really coming on stronger towards the end of the season, though. Not having a great start, but he really found his offensive touch towards the end of the season into the playoffs. And proved himself to be one of the best, if not the best, two-way player, 200-foot player on the Canadiens lineup, and I can't wait to see what he can do next year with another full season, and a coach that is going to have a chance to instill a whole new system a bit better than he had a bit better of a chance than he had this year, coming in partway through the year. Next up, I think it'll be Radulov, because I think Marc Bergevin is going to sign a deal with him before the expansion draft, because I don't think he cares about the fact that he's going to have to protect him, just because I think it's something silly that Marc Bergevin's going to do. I don't know, that's just me. I think it's going to happen, and obviously, if you sign him, you're going to protect him. It's Radulov. Next up, I have Philip Deneau. Also had another guy with another breakout season, had 40 points on the year, and played some big minutes between Pacioretty and Raju a lot of the year. I don't think that's the right place for him at all. I do not think he should be used as a number 1 center, but it's what he was getting used as, and he did well for what he was getting thrown into that position, and I think he did better than anybody could have hoped for. And he's still on for another year, or maybe a year, or is it 2 years? But for like less than $1 million, so good deal. I'd protect him. And I don't think there's too much of a risk there. I think Bergevin's going to do that because it's a guy that Bergevin brought in, and he seems to be a kind of guy who wants to prove that his trade acquisitions were right. And lastly, I say Charles Hudon, because he he is exactly what the Canadians need. He is a dynamic, scoring, offensive player who is so very ready for the NHL, and it annoys the hell out of me that he wasn't brought up this year. But he has proven time and time again that he can learn no more in the AHL. There's no reason for him to be there. So protect him and bring him up onto the team next year, please. Please do it. Now, you might have noticed that I left a pretty big name off my forward list, that being Alex Galchenyuk. And that's not because I don't think they protect him. I think they should. But I think he's going to get traded before then. Because just from everything that Bergevin said at the end of the season, the way he was treated towards the end of the year, I just think the trade's going to happen, and it makes me kind of mad because he's one of the most offensively gifted players we've had in a long time. But if you're not going to use him the appropriate way, which is putting him in a number one center role and leaving him there, if you're not going to do that, then you might as well get rid of him because you're wasting his time here. Send him somewhere where he can actually be used and used well, and to the full amount of his abilities. I think he's going to be gone, which I'm kind of sad about. But anyway, moving on to defensemen. The three defensemen I think that the Habs should protect are Shea Weber, obviously, because you can't lose him now. You can't lose him. There's not anything else to say. It's just you can't lose it. You can't leave a guy. It's obvious. It's whatever. And then the other two are Jeff Petrie and Jordy Ben. Jeff Petrie because ever since Subban was traded, Jeff Petrie is easily the Habs' best puck-moving defenseman. Not that Andrei Markov sucks anymore, but it's just Petrie's much younger and is also pretty damn good at moving the puck and playing offensively. So Petrie's a good pick. And then Jordy Ben, because Jordy Ben, what a steal he was trading Patterson for him. Looked great all down the stretch and into the playoffs. Just solid stay-at-home defenseman that didn't do too much on offense-wise, but I don't remember a single time that I could say he was out of position. I mean, I'll probably get tweeted with a pretty big reminder of something obvious that I missed when I'm saying that, but he's one of those guys that seems to always just be doing the right plays and protecting the right spots on the ice, and it's just always where he needs to be. And he also is only a little over $1 million for the next 2 years, I think. So that'd be another great contract to keep on the books. And you might be noticing I'm leaving off a pretty big name on that list too. And no, not Andrei Markov. I don't think they're going to protect him, but I don't even know if he'll be signed by then. And even if he is signed, I don't think Vegas is going to take a guy like Markov because there's going to be so many other younger defensive options out there. But the other one I'm thinking of is Nathan Beaulieu, because it was also all made pretty clear that he won't be coming back with what was said at the end of the year. I don't see him returning. And one of the Habs signings that I'm talking about a little more, Jakub Bjärjebek, who was kind of signed in to bring in and replace him, more or less. So I don't think Beaulieu is going to be there. As for the one goalie, I think the Canadians should protect Al Montoya. No. Carey Price, because Carey Price. Do I have to say anything else? No, I don't. Carey Price. Now, getting to the two main signings the Habs have made this summer so far. Jakub Bjärjebek, which is how you pronounce it, because the R has that weird little thingy above it. It's not Jerebek, it's Bjärjebek. Okay. And then Andreas Martinson. Love Bjärjebek signing. Despise the Andreas Martinson signing. Bjärjebek, by all accounts, Jakub Bjärjebek is easily a top 4 quality NHL defenseman from what a lot of people are saying. He had a great few years in the European leagues and in the KHL, and I think that was a really good signing by Marc Bergevin. Could bring in some depth and some offensive punch to the Habs blue line, which they need. And then for Andreas Martinson, I don't know why in the hell you would sign him. Yes, it was only $675,000, but you're just clogging up a spot that could be used to bring a younger player into the system, and I just... Andreas Martinson was so bad for the end of the season into the playoffs. he handled the puck like when he was in the offensive zone. He would handle the puck like it was a live grenade. He couldn't do anything. The amount of times I watched him whiff on shots, like he's just not a useful player in today's NHL. But anyway, I'm not expecting some sudden new age wave of thinking to be going through Marc Bergevin's head. I don't think anybody's expecting that. But anyway, those are my thoughts on what's happened so far this off season, and what I think they should do for the expansion draft, and what trades they might be making very soon. I don't think Galchenyuk and Beaulieu, either of them, have much longer left on this team. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. It's going to be a fun few weeks coming up. A whole lot's going to be happening. The protected lists come out on the 18th, and then like within a few days, I think 21st is when like the roster that Las Vegas has picked gets announced during the NHL awards. And what a good idea by the NHL to actually make people want to watch the NHL awards. I remember reading like they're announcing the Vegas roster like a few players at a time as the NHL award show goes on. So that was smart by the NHL, because they might actually get people to watch the awards this year, because it's not exactly something many people watch otherwise. But yeah, I guess just wait and we'll see what fun happens. It's the off season. It always is a whole lot of fun, and we'll see what Bergie can do. But until next time, see you guys later.